What is up, YouTube? This is Harvey1997 here, coming at you today with my weekly market watch. So, there isn't a whole lot that I think needs to be gone over this week. Dark Illusion stuff it's for the most part where it was the last time I discussed it. There's a little bit of changes, which I'll go over a couple of them, but it's pretty much the same. Same for Dark Side of Dimensions. Blue Eyes is still about the same price, so I didn't really feel like it needed to be brought up again. So, but without any further ado, here's what I have for this week. So, Pot of Desires, it's going up. It is $56 on TCG Player. That's crazy. It's going up. I figured with more and more boxes, the price would go down. I think everyone thought that, but I guess people are starting to realize it's actually good rather than, I don't know, It's just, I think people are realizing that it's better in a lot of decks than what they thought it was going to be. Like Metal Foes, for example, can abuse this card very heavily since they essentially have 12 copies of the same card. But yeah, it's probably going to keep going up, I guess. I'd say hold on to it if you have it. Next up, Cosmic Cyclone, again, still going up. I'm not sure what's going on with that either. It's $14.49 is its lowest price on TCG Player. And that's, again, I'm still kind of, I don't know, still kind of a little confused that this thing's still going up. Again, I figured with more and more packs being pulled, he'd go down, but no, sure enough, he's holding his price. Alright, next, the Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere Mode. Someone talked to me about this one. This card is $13 right now. I knew at one point, like, on its release, it was like 9 to 10. I didn't know it was this much, but yeah, they're all about that price. Yeah, honestly, if you got an extra one of these and you're a collector, I mean, do yourself a favor, get rid of one of them. That's $13 in your pocket. A couple other things I want to go over. The Dragons of Legend spoiler has been given out, or the Dragons of Legend Unleashed spoiler. So, now we know that Eye of Timaeus, Dark Magician Girl, Dragon Knight, all the other legendary dragon cards, they are guaranteed to be in the set. Now, the most of the good cards from Dragons of Legend and Dragons of Legend 2 are going to be reprinted. All the legendary dragon fusions, the three legendary dragon cards, the 3 knights, Soul Charge, Curry Bandit, and a couple of other things. Nonetheless, these things from Dragons of Legend 1 are still holding their price. However, it releases in 5 days, people. If you still have it, this is your only chance to get rid of it for this price. Do yourself a favor. Now, on that note, the Toon cards are not being reprinted. So, Toon Kingdom is still about $20. It might go up. I could definitely see it going up with, like, once people realize it's not getting reprinted, I could definitely see that. Now again, it's Toons, they're not that great. I love the deck, but I mean, it's just not, it's too susceptible to MST. Mimicat is also, it's about $15. Again, when people realize that he won't be reprinted, it might get a little bit more pricey. I don't know about it, but that's just what I think about it at the moment. Return of the Dragon Lords. This one is $6 now from that structure deck. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I guess there has to be some way to make the structure deck worth it, and there aren't really any staple cards in there, so I can kind of understand. I mean, there's Breakthrough Skill, but Breakthrough Skill and Raiden, there's not much else in there that's really, like, splashable, I guess. So yeah, Return of the Dragon Lords is probably going to keep going up a little bit. I can't see it. I think 7 might be its max, because at that point people are just going to say, okay, we'll buy the structure deck instead. I think they should just do that anyway. I mean, to be quite honest, I don't think it makes any sense to do that anyway, and just, you know, let's see, the structure deck itself is $9.09. whereas the spell card is $6.07 on TCG Play. So for 50% more of the price, you get all the extra cards in it. You get the token, Arc Brave Dragon, Breakthrough Skill Raiden, all those nice things. Trade in, that's 77 cents from the set. That you can probably get $1 off of that with somebody, and just do yourself a favor. If you want the card, buy the structure deck. Okay, and a couple other things that I'd like to go over real quick. Solemn Strike. I think people have started to realize this one's getting reprinted in the Megatins. How the mighty have fallen. $31 for a Solemn Strike. That's nuts. There are still, obviously, some on the market that are still more pricey. There's several listings for it on here. But nonetheless, you can get one for as cheap as $31 near mint. Cyber Dragon Infinity, however, has actually gone up a few dollars, even though it's probably going to be reprinted. It's currently sitting at $29 for its lowest price, where it has been sitting at about $25. So, that's that. And Painful Decision is doing about the same thing as Cyber Dragon. It's also about $29, where it was more like $20 to $25. Why it's gone up, I don't know. Metal Foes? Maybe? I mean, this week is Worlds, so that's probably got a lot to do with a bunch of these prices putting out there now. This is Worlds weekend, so there's a very good chance, or not this weekend. See, that would be the 20th and the 21st. This next Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, it's obviously jumping some things up, but I don't think that you should. I think you should rely on that while you can. If you're wanting to get rid of your stuff, do it this weekend while everything's being really jacked up. And finally, one thing I do want to go over that's kind of going down, Drowning Mirror Force. It's down to about $13. That's for a, it's $12.89 for an unlim, and $12.90 for the extra penny to get that first edition. So, yeah, that is it, guys. Also, I'm gonna leave a link in the description box for the Dragons of Legend Unleashed checklist. Rather than do an entire video on it, I don't think there's a whole lot to discuss on that. There's definitely some interesting cards. I'm glad to see some numbers. Once those come out and I grab my hands on those, I can do my number collection binder. And yeah, that's, again, I'll leave the list down in the description box so you can check that out yourselves. But yeah, that's it for this week. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in my next one.